start with John Krause.
Hey, Brad, when you put Jason and Evan back in there in the fourth, was that a result of what was happening in the game, or did they want to come in? What was that about?
No, it was just they had cut it to 11, and people can say that, games don't mean as much, whatever the case may be. We needed to feel good. We needed to get a good win after playing well the whole day. And I thought it was really important when we step on this plane today to feel a little bit better about going in with the right mentality, taking what we talked about in practice yesterday and playing the right way defensively and offensively together and finishing the game. So I put them in to finish the game, and that's why they went in. And I held my breath a little bit the whole time, and we made it out. So that's good.
Keith Smith.
Brad, we've talked about it with guys like Stephen Curry and Damian Lillard. That you have to pick them up so high on the floor. Notice today that Rubio was picking up Payton Pritchard really high. How can his range, being that deep, help open up the offense for you guys?
Well, Payton will be really thrilled that you mentioned Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, and Payton Pritchard in the same sentence. That, I don't know if we'll be able to get his head onto the plane if he reads that. So depth on shot matters. Being able to shoot off the dribble from deep matters. He's still learning kind of how to come off screens and shoot it. Like those guys get it off almost with the flick of a wrist. And he's, getting into his shot with a little bit more time than those guys take. And those guys, when they come off, they can fling it, but be in total control of the ball. So, but as far as people picking you up high and it opening up the floor, yeah, that's more positive than negative.
Jared Weiss.
This was a great example of how Tremont can really run an offense when he's comfortable. How have you seen him over the year evolve in his ability to kind of find his comfort zone throughout a game, and how important was it for him to get those extended minutes?
Yeah, I mean, Tremont, you've seen it, Jared. Sometimes we start him when Smart and Kimba haven't been available. And, because we do think that he can run a team and control a game. I think where he's improved is, I think that he has such vision that, sometimes he'll try the impossible. And I think today he did a good job of balancing it, making sure that he was making the right decisions. He's an excellent shot creator for others. And he did a good job today. His work this year has been good. It's not an ideal team for Carson Edwards and Tremont Waters. We're just small. When you start talking about Peyton and Kimba and guys like that playing and always playing a lot of minutes, it's just hard to get those guys minutes. And so their work ethic, I appreciate all the way through the season because they don't always get the reward of playing. So it's good to see Tremont play well today, and Carson will get a good shot tomorrow.
Mark Murphy.
How much do these last few opportunities for Jason and Evan to play together help each other?
I think that's important to both those guys. I told you before, they both have shown they both are guys that practiced hard yesterday, came to play today. Like they just like to play. So I think Evan is, every time he gets on the court post-COVID has been good. As far as like he gets a little bit more comfortable each time. Jason just loves to play and loves to compete and likes to be, part of the whole thing. So I think it's a good thing.
John Krause.
Brad, do you plan on playing Evan and Jason tomorrow?
We'll ask them how they feel after the game. They've got little things like everybody else, and we'll figure it out from there.
Final question for Coach Bob Schron.
Thanks, Brandon. Two quick questions, Coach. I know it's not really. I know you want to thinking about shortening the rotation with the playoffs, but does Luke have a role possibly? And then the other question: winner of Charlotte, Washington plays in Boston on Tuesday. Any thoughts about that? Thanks, Brandon.
Either one will be a bear. Either one will be a bear. Charlotte is super fast up the court, super skilled, can beat you behind the 3-point line, beat you in transition, fearless, tough, all that stuff. And as they drilled us in Charlotte. So obviously you remember that. And then Washington, I think, is probably as hot as anybody in the East in the last month. And so you knew that when they got healthy that they'd be good. And, Beal and Westbrook, it's a pretty good place to start. So we're going to have our hands full on Tuesday night. We know that. I don't remember what your first question was, Bob, but that certainly will be at the top of mind.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks.